What up, though? And welcome to Lunchtime Detroit Lions Talk, brought to you by Detroit Lions on the Prowl and Lions Nation Unite. It's your man, Curt Stiff. Today is Wednesday, April 12th, 2023. It's hump day, baby. Do us a favor. Hit the subscribe button, like the video, share it with all your fellow Detroit Lions fans. On deck for today's show, we continue our draft preview. Today, we look at three of the top linebacker prospects in the upcoming NFL draft. But before we get into all that, man, it's time to bring in the rest of the crew, man. Y'all know who it is. Y'all see him, man. He said he about to cook up something on today's show, man. Yeah. It is the Wolverine. Who?
It's the chef from cooking today. It's Coach Mike Jones. What's going on, Lion fans?
Man, and y'all know who it is. It's your favorite player. You know what I'm saying? Yak Town don't back down from El Guapo, man. It's LL Cool Tones. What's going on, my guy?
What's that? Proud Nation, and shout out my man SP for the Yak Town don't back down.
Hey, let's get this thing started
right now.
Let's go.
It's Detroit Lions Talk, baby.
Welcome back to the show, people. Man, we got to do some housekeeping right quick because we got to before we get into these linebackers, we got to talk about the big news from yesterday, man. Jeff Okudah, former third overall pick, traded to the Atlanta Falcons for a fifth rounder. People, he should have got more for Jeff Okudah. How? His production was so low for the years he was in Detroit. Even last year, he had some uptick in production last year. But it wasn't to the level of where he was picked in the NFL. He can't help where he was picked. But if you look at that, people, he's a bust. You know, I won't get into all that talk, but good luck to Jeff Okudah. The writing was on the wall, in my opinion. If you look at what the Lions did in the offseason, you brought in three premier defensive backs. I know one of them was, coming off an injury, but when he was a starter out in San Francisco, Mosley was a premier defensive back. You know what I'm saying? I won't say he's elite, but he's premier. You know what I'm saying? This is a guy, he's up there. He's probably second tier as far as a cornerback is concerned. The way he was playing, matter of fact, they were talking about he was supposed to get a big contract out in San Francisco if he hadn't gotten hurt. So you look at him, you look at Cam Sutton, C.J. Gardner-Johnson, man, the writing was on the wall. They was like, man, yeah, you ain't fitting what we doing right here. So, we got, and we talked about this off camera. I think they got what they could get for him. I think with his lack of production, for his time in Detroit, with all the injuries and not being on the field, and I watched him getting cooked firsthand by DJ Moore down here in Carolina when they came to town. We was looking for him on the bench in the second half. Like, what the hell's Jeff Okudah? Man, he was in the locker room, man. He was putting some aloe vera on them burns because he was getting cooked by DJ Moore. So, what do you guys think, right quick, before we get into these linebackers, about the Jeff Okudah trade?
Actually, I told y'all this yesterday. I'm gonna call Charlemagne, and Bob Quinn got to get donkey today for picking that sorry ass bum at 3.
Oh,
but you know what? Shout out to Jeff Okudah, man. It's not his fault where he was picked. So he has a lot to live up to, and you know what? Maybe a position change, he might be able to live up to it. His career is not over. He spent 2 years hurt, and he played 3 years, and he's probably hurt a little bit in that third year. So no knock on Jeff Okudah as a player, but as the draft pick itself. Donkey of the goddamn day. What you got, LL?
Peace out, man. Whatever. I have been hearing it for a while. I'm going to be honest. I didn't really believe that. I kind of thought that this was going to be, his year to prove it, I guess. They was going to give him a little while to see what was happening. And probably he'd be gone by the trade deadline. But I had been hearing he was on his way out. I just didn't believe it. And
yeah.
There you go. Whatever. It is what it is, man. You ain't get it done here.
Bob Quinn, that was a terrible pick.
I mean, yeah, but he showed something last year, but I guess it wasn't enough. Whatever.
He showed him with safety help over the top. Now,
But
I
it's
was
safety
talking,
over the top then.
yeah,
And if that's what worked,
yeah.
we were mentioning him at the top of the league in at that time, but I understand it was what it was, but it is what it is.
Yeah, holding Jefferson to what, 14 yards or something like that first game and out there in Minnesota. I will say this about Jeff Okudah. I think, and I've said this for probably the last 2 seasons, I think he should switch to safety. He has the body, he has the type of tackling physicality to his game where he could be a good safety. He'd be a good box safety. I mean, he plays run support great, and you put him at safety. You don't have to put him on those number 1 wide receivers. You can put him on a tight end. He's got the length. He's tall, and he could be able to hang with some of those tight ends. But hanging with number 1 receivers, that ain't his Jimmy Jam. But good luck to him out there in Atlanta. I mean, it is not, man. And hopefully, I think they should switch him to safety. I think that would be a great fit for him in Atlanta. I mean, and shout out to Big J-Mo. J-Mo said he need that 1 back. He said, "Run me that Uno back, please." So
boy.
Hey, he is who he is, man. I like J-Mo, so it is. Body wasn't even cold yet. He was like, "Hell yeah, give my jersey, dog." They just announced the trade. He was like, "Hey, man, I need that jersey number back." But all right, man, I was time to get into these. Shout out to J-Mo, man. Hey, y'all know what it is. It's Autism Awareness Month, man. Y'all know I wear a different shirt on the shows from my son, Curtis to the third, who has autism. And this stand says "Fight Like a Lion." You see, it's got the Fight Like a Lion, and has the autism awareness on the other side, excuse me, right here. Has the ribbon right there. And then if you look it up, it has the lion on it. So if, this is one of the first ones I've had. Cause you see it has the older Detroit Lions font on it. But celebrate Autism Awareness Month, man. If you know someone that's affected by autism, a parent, a child, an adult, please be kind to them, man. And being accepting of them and their differences. So, but it's time to talk about these linebackers, man. And first up, we got my LL coming in with a highly touted linebacker out of the University of Iowa. What you got, my man?
Yes. I got, as they call him, Captain Jack. Jack Campbell, middle linebacker out of the University of Iowa. I'm not really too familiar with the history of Iowa linebackers, but this one here is a good one. It's not very much that he can't do. I watched probably the most tape of these, definitely the most tape on these 3 guys. On this guy, I really like Jack Campbell. He, as they say, he's my LB1. Like this is the guy that I want. There's other linebackers out there that are good and that I want to, but Jack Campbell is the one. He can cover. He can go forward. He can do it all. He goes sideline to sideline. He is athletic. He's not the like the Fred Warner super duper superhero athletic. But he's a very good football player. A lot of times I don't want to reference that, but in some of these mock drafts, some of the talk amongst the draft people, they say that this is he's a Detroit Lions linebacker. I don't even know what that means because our linebackers ain't been good, but I hope that means that he'll be a good fit here. I hope that means that he'll be a good fit here. He goes 6'5", 243. I've seen him as low as like 240, as high as like 255, something like that. I don't know. You don't really see it. Like he flies around out there. He had pretty decent numbers at the combine. He at that big, he ran like a 4.6 or something like that. Waiting for my screen to come up. Yeah, 4.65. So he's got he's whatever you want to call it. He's got the production as the numbers. He got the production on tape, and he got the production in the workouts. You know what I'm saying? And one of the knocks that I hear about him is that he can't cover, and he actually can. Like he's better in zone than he is in man, which is understandable because a lot of linebackers gonna have to man up on somebody on either line or either on a back or a tight end or something like that. Even some of them can cover slot guys, but I feel like he could do that for a little bit of time in the league. But that's not a guy that I would put on a slot guy or nothing like that. But he can definitely cover a tight end at least or a running back. But Jack Campbell, one of the more complete linebackers in his draft, and one of my favorite guys in this whole draft. So, what do y'all think about Captain Jack?
Man, looking at him and kind of looking over his profile, good physicality, got good size. His NFL comparison is Leighton Vander Esch. I mean, that's one of the guys that we talked about.
Oh God, no!
When we looked at the free agent linebackers. Your boy over at What Was Sports Coach Jones, Braylon Edwards was like, you better not draft this dude. He was like, this is the linebacker he does not want for the Detroit Lions. His take was that he said he's too slow as far as in coverage. You look at him, and one of his knocks, and they're reading his knocks and they're doing his draft profile, is that he's good in zone coverage, but he's not good in man coverage. His limbs and the way he's built and his size and speed is not built for man coverage. He's good in zone. He has good awareness, but he's not good in man. Is that something teachable? Probably. He could be coached up to play it better. He is a good linebacker. I cannot sit here and say he's not a good linebacker. He is, because he does what you said, LL. You look at the tape, he goes sideline to sideline. He's a controlled, heat-seeking missile when the ball's, out on the field. He finds the ball. He finds the ball carrier.
Easily too.
And it's not where he's out of control. He has to you don't have to reel him back from how he goes about his job of getting to the ball carrier. He does not a lot of wasted movement. Not a lot of flying past the running back when he's trying to tackle them in space. So, he's a good, solid tackler. Is he the most athletic? No. He plays that cerebral game. He plays the game between his ears pretty good. So I like Jack Campbell. I can't sit here and say that, I will be mad if they took him. I think for me, if we take Jack Campbell, that's in the second round. For me, I just think he's a second round pick for me. What you got, Coach Jones?
I'm about to cook his ass midwell. He can take his cerebral ass to New England, man. That's what he can do. He can go to New England Patriots and be cerebral as hell.
He does remind me of Van Noy. He reminds me of Van Noy a little bit.
Yeah. He's that same mold type of guy where he's not a 3-down like linebacker. He's more of a first and second down guy. And if we go to the 4-2-5 or that 5-2, he's not on the field.
Yeah, true.
He can't be on the field. So while he's a good downhill player, he can fill holes, but that's where it stops. He doesn't have lateral quickness to be able to, you know what I'm saying? You see some guy in running an out route, now you can go and jump the out. He's gonna be about 3 yards behind playing catch up the whole time. He's not gonna get to him unless he cuts back and reverses field. So Jack Campbell is a guy who, for me, it would be somebody I would have to get him in the third round if he's still there, which he probably won't be, because he's a two-down guy. And I find value in him in a little bit, but I just don't like him as a fit in this scheme. Right. Maybe he's a fit in a New England Patriots or Miami Dolphins, maybe Arizona Cardinals, that type of scheme, but I just don't like it in Detroit, man, because if he get put on the field with, say, it's him and Anzalone or it's him and Rodrigo, he's going to get exposed because he cannot move.
I feel like because I wanted to ask you about that because you said I feel like he's way better in coverage than Rodrigo. So if we was okay with leaving Rodrigo out there with Anzalone, Jack Campbell will fit right on in. But I'm gonna wait because I don't necessarily agree with what you said, but I'm gonna wait to hear what you say about these other guys first, because before I cook.
Okay. All right. So okay, everybody put their spoons down. Put the bacon sheets down. Put the spatula down. Hey, do us a favor, like the video, share the video, comment on the video, man. All right, Coach Jones, you up next, man, with the next guy that's we're gonna talk about today. Who you got?
I got a linebacker out of Clemson, Trenton Simpson. Listen here. Before I get started, listen here, Mr. Holmes. If you're watching this, or if you're not, somebody needs to get this out to you. Go get Devin White. Go get that man. Go get that man. Pay that man what he wants. He's a top 8, 5. You know what I'm saying? In there, linebacker, all around 3-down guy. Go get him. Now on to the guy that I'm linebacker Trenton Simpson. Trenton Simpson is what Isaiah Simmons is supposed to be, but at linebacker. Isaiah Simmons is playing out of position. He's supposed to be what Buda Baker is, playing a safety hybrid linebacker. Simpson is a linebacker who can, kind of go off and play safety a little bit in certain situations. Simpson is a guy he's a Swiss Army knife. You can't line him up in one place and just be like, that's your place. He's a guy who can come off the edge. He's a guy who can play off the ball. He's a guy who can, play zone. He ran a 4.35, I believe, 40.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 6'2", 235. Man, that's the ideal linebacker. That's a linebacker you can leave on the field in those nickel packages.
Yeah.
Or in that 4.25, in that 5.2. He's a guy who can handle it all. Now, the only knock on Simpson is when he's like, say he's in a stack linebacker, when he's probably in like a 4.3 or something like that, he kind of gets lost a little bit in that traditional linebacker role, which that's just probably because that's not his natural instinct. That can probably be taught by Shep, to have that a little bit. But he can do it all, man. And he's the only guy that I feel is worthy of a first round pick at linebacker. He's the only person I would pick at linebacker at 18. I would not pick any other guy at linebacker at 18 or in the first round, maybe in the first 2 rounds, but Trenton Simpson. So what do y'all how do y'all feel about Simpson? I feel like he is the most versatile piece at linebacker that can do it all. So
yeah. NFL comparison, looking at his draft profile, was Deron Lee. It's his comparison. Very athletic, has size, can definitely cover, can play sideline to sideline. The dude's blazing fast, can get to the ball carrier. Maybe a little bit light to play the interior, but if you look at the linebackers that we have, he fastly fits the mold. He's a fast linebacker that plays sideline on sideline, and that's what Detroit. You have a guy like a Rodrigo. You have a guy like an Anzalone. Those guys, they kind of that same size. The bigger guy that's the outlier is the other linebacker that we had out of Purdue. Derek Barnes. He's the outlier, but he has speed as well. He might not, but he's quick for his size because he played in and then he switched to linebacker. That's why it kind of sticks out a little bit. But if you look at those guys, he would fit the mold of what the Detroit Lions are trying to do at linebacker. They want fast linebackers that play downhill. And I think that he would be one of those guys. He's very good in coverage. He can get washed in the inside, though. I will say that, being his size, he can get washed a little bit, what I'm saying? And that's one of his weaknesses, fighting on blocks. So he'd be one of those guys that he would be a good fit because what we're doing with the defensive line, we're getting those big bodies up front. And if he's able to go and play downhill and not have to stop and start and, worry about blocks, and he can just get to the ball carrier, space eaters with Aleem McNeil and Bugs and whoever else we draft, I'm cool with Trenton Simpson. Yeah, that he'd be one of the guys I would take.
I think that his willingness to go meet guys in the hole, I think he can be taught to kind of shed blocks a little bit, because he's willing and he's not timid at all. Like he like, I'm in there. So I think that's something that can be taught.
Like swimwear.
Yeah. What you got, LL?
I really like Trenton Simpson, man. Definitely I wouldn't mind him being drafted here either. He's like if Fred Warner, but like, I don't want to say like a cap gun, but like if Fred Warner's like a 45, he like a 38. Like he just ain't got the same stopping powers. Even like a Jack Campbell. When Jack Campbell hit guys, they stop. Trenton Simpson can lay a lick on guys, but it ain't the same. You know what I'm saying? And that can, sometimes cause him to have some issues there. But everything other than that, I'm not mad at it. I want him here as well. If I gotta say a negative, is probably just how. Well, I can't even say that because he fly around like it's not his whatever lack of size he has, it don't show. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't even say he got a lack of size. He like the typical size of a linebacker nowadays, like 6'2", 6'3", 225 is 230. The comparison, like I said, is Fred Warner. I don't see it that great, but I can see what they're talking about at least. Like, yeah, that's Fred Warner. If you squint a little bit and you just woke up and you had some coal in your eye and you had been drinking the night before and your girlfriend had her phone up to, the brightness up too high. You like,
Damn.
that might be Trenton. That might be Fred Warner.
That's a lot of variables, bro.
I know. I wanted to make it funny, but no.
That was bad. You was digging a hole there.
Man, that was a lot of variables, bro. But okay.
But no. I'm just saying, because Fred, if y'all seen the videos, I done seen the Fred Warner. I ain't never seen nothing like that. Like, I ain't even, that's on like Ray Lewis level. Not saying he's better than Ray Lewis, but just them highlights. I'm like, God damn. But no, I like Trenton Simpson a whole lot, man.
Yeah, that's cool. That's what's up. Hey, do us a favor. Like the video and share it. Comment, man. And go over to fanatics.com. Sales are going on right now, man. The link's in the description below. A portion of the proceeds from that link will help us grow the content right here on Detroit Lions and the Prowl, your home for Detroit Lions news and rumors. Make sure you check us out on Lions Nation Unite. Go over and check out the app in the Google, Android, or Apple App Store for your mobile devices, or you can type Lions Nation Unite in your web browser.com, or you can check out their Facebook page, man. They got a lot of stuff popping over there. They had a live yesterday with Mike Kimber, Micro Mike, and a couple other guys. I think Ant from the Royal Lions UK was over there talking about what else, the Jeff Okudah trade. So go over there and check them out on Lions Nation Unite. And while you're over there, hit that link for LNUshop.com. Man, you let that alone, man. LNUshop.com, man, and get yourself some game day gear, man, because there's always game day in the LNU shop. Check us out on Detroit Lions and the Prowl.com. Want to get yourself some classic Prowl Nation gear? Go over to lionsontheprowlshop.com. You can get all the classic shirts that Jim and I used to wear on the show back in the day. So make sure you go over there and check that out. Check out my man, Coach Jones, man. If you're a Wolverine on Saturday and a Lion on Sunday, go to wolverine.com. My man, Coach Jones, is going to hook you up. Man, support the brother Curt Steele over there at curtsteele.com. That's my website for my school. I'm in my final 2 weeks of my master's program. And make sure you go and check me out over there at sidelinereport.com. I know I ain't got a lot of content right there over there, but when I graduate, it's coming, baby. So make sure check us out right there on sidelinereport.com. All right, man. Now the guy I got, man. Guy is Drew Simpson out of the University of Arkansas. Now, Simpson is one of those guys that he is that tweener guy type of guy. You look at his size, he's kind of that same size as Simpson, about that same. You look at what they look like, what they build, 6'5", 230. You know what I'm saying? You got Simpson at 6'3", 225. He's a tall, lanky guy. He actually started his career out at the University of Alabama before he went over to the Arkansas Razorback. His NFL comparison is a guy that we thought we were going to try to get into free agency. Tremaine Edmonds is his NFL comparison. So you look at him, look at LL. Man. Yep, this is right off of NFL.com. This is his draft comparison. He has good techniques and take on, plenty of pursuit and range. Guy's pretty fast. He's tough. He has interior protection against as a blitzing linebacker. Natural rush talent to hunt quarterbacks. He's athletic, he's versatile. He's tough. Big playmakers. As far as he has some good upsides. The guy can cover the gaps A, B, or C. It doesn't matter where he is as a gap rusher. He definitely does that. He is willing to dart into those gaps, man. Some of his weaknesses, he only had one full season at Arkansas as a full starter. He needs to add some more strength to his base. He has some change of direction delays. He needs to fix his coverage stuff. But he has allows runner to slip away from his grasp at times. But if you look at him overall as a linebacker, that he's kind of that rangy guy. He can go from sideline to sideline. He's faster than a guy like a Jack Campbell. He has decent coverage skills. You look at his career, his senior year, he had an interception. He had 9.5 sacks from the linebacker position at Arkansas his senior year, 3 forced fumbles and a fumble recovery. And he had 103 tackles, man. That's, pretty good production if you look at him. And for these 3 guys, and he was actually in Detroit he's scheduled for a top 30 visit with the Lions. So he's one of those guys that kind of fits that build as well. Look at his size, 6'5", 230. They don't want him pretty much any bigger than that in Detroit. They want fast, rangy guys that can, get to the ball. So what do you guys think about Drew Sanders, man? Now, this guy, he's not a big name for me. If I'm drafting Drew Sanders, he's a second round, they're late second or third round pick. I agree with you, Coach Jones. Yeah.
But Drew Sanders is actually my LB2. That's, if y'all don't know, that's a linebacker too, after Trenton Simpson. Drew Sanders is man, he's a little bit bigger than Simpson, but he provides some of the same athleticism as Simpson. He's kind of a guy that you can move around like Simpson. He's not a straight just line him up downhill linebacker banging away every play. You can kind of move him around situationally, and that's the kind of guy we actually need on this defense. We don't need a guy who's strictly a downhill linebacker or a guy who's just this or just that. We need a guy who can do a multiple faceted things. And I believe Drew Sanders, with his size, he can actually play a little bit of coming off the edge on blitzes. You know, that 6'5", they probably, you know, he probably gonna be 6'5", 235, you know, when it started his NFL career, man. And that, you know, that's, you know, that gives him the ability to move around, man. I like what he brings. Yeah, he might lack a little bit in downhill, but he has good eyes, good recognition, good ability, good instincts, and all that, man. So yeah, I'm on the Drew Sanders train, man. If we don't get Simpson, I take Drew Sanders.
I find that funny after what you say about Jack Campbell, but I ain't even gonna go there.
Big and slow,
I think
man.
Drew Sanders is if we draft Drew Sanders, y'all will hate him. That's Rodrigo. He's 6'5" Rodrigo. We already got him. I like him. He's as far as going forward, he can do that. And I like the contrast of the linebackers that we got. Of the three that we got, I think Jack Campbell is a mix of the three. He can go forward. He can tackle real well. He ain't as great in coverage as Trenton Simpson. Trenton Simpson is the best coverage of these guys. He can't go forward like these other two guys. I think Drew Sanders is more so like that blitzing linebacker, that going forward linebacker, that nail in whatever scheme or whatever it is, or like a Rodrigo. He's going to go in. He's going to take on the blocks. You know what I'm saying? He's going forward. I don't really see him as a coverage linebacker.
We have that linebacker. Linebacker already.
I said that.
I'm not even thinking Rodrigo. James Houston's that linebacker. James Houston's that blitzing linebacker.
Yeah, but I'm like, if he's going to be on the field, I'm gonna say he's going to play a role more so to like Rodrigo. But Drew Sanders, he could find if we draft him, I think hopefully they'll find him a role. But I don't of these three, he's the least that I want. It's other guys. There's plenty other. Diane Haney, if I'm saying it right, Hanley. What's my man out of Texas? Overshown. It's a couple guys I take.
Yeah, I like
Drew Sanders. Yeah, so like, but I will say this, y'all, we're like around third round grade. If all them guys is gone, and we still need a linebacker, and it's come on, Drew. But other than that, me personally,
he said, "Come on, Drew." Like he put him in a wagon. Like he about to go to the store or something. Come on.
I think Drew can actually cover a little bit. He's not the best, but he can cover. He can cover sideline to sideline. He's got that quickness to be able to kind of stay with some tight ends. Maybe not the upper echelon tight ends, but he can definitely stay with some mid-level tight ends. He's not a dude who's gonna get lost out there like that.
I was gonna say I won't call him a fish out of water, but he's the closest thing of these three to fish out of water in coverage to me.
Yeah, my Christmas wish would be definitely I would take Christmas at 48. I want Trenton Simpson. That's my Christmas.
Yeah, definitely.
Christmas wish. Yeah,
definitely. Come on down.
Hey man, like the video, share the video, comment on the video, man. Thank you guys for checking us out right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl. For Detroit Lions news and rumors. Thank everyone for checking us out right here on the channel, man. Now it's time for us to do my favorite thing. It is time for us to see what y'all had to say about our last show. It's time for the comment cards, baby. First up, we got Raw Podcast. Shout out to Raw Podcast. Go check him out over on his YouTube channel, man. He says all three guys, furniture movers. So talking about the guys on the last show, the defensive tackles. He says, I would love any of these guys. You guys, you need guys that can get that push up the middle. And Carter, Mozzie Smith, and Bidden are not bad choices at defensive tackle. I didn't think so either. I'd take either one of them cats either.
Yeah,
completely agree, man. Rob P said, "What up, though, Lions Nation? What up, though, Rob P? Love your content. Straight shooters, no crying. Appreciate you, man. That's what I aim for." I think Jalen Carter can be our Sue. I'm okay with us getting him, with all those leaders on the D line, Hutchinson, Buggs, Kaminsky, Pascal. With directions from our coaches, we should be fine. But if we trade back, I hope we can at least get Cansey or Van Ness. I just hope Brad Holmes could have a couple picks we are not going to see. They keep speaking on character issues. Plenty of Hall of Famers have even had more. LT, Warren Sapp, or etc.
Yeah.
I don't like that excuse. I don't like that excuse. Stop saying that. I would rather just not talk about character issues and just saying, well, it's okay with character issues because they had character issues too. Stop saying that. Just not talk about character issues. And I'm fine with that because everybody keeps saying they're not choir boys, they're football players. Let's just not talk about it. He said leaders. He named some rookies on that and on that leader list. I don't know. Don't say Sue either. I'm okay with Jalen Carter or whatever. Just don't say Sue. Just call him Jalen Carter because that ain't it. He ain't Sue. That's the one, Kurt. That's the he Sue if you halfway sleep and you had a concussion the night before and you was hungry and there's smoke in the air and you got a blindfold on.
I feel you, brother. I feel you on that. You killed me with that one.
So John Turner says, I would trade back from 6 if Carter or Anderson are gone, then draft talking about Robinson. Bijan with the first pick and get a second round pick this year or next. Trade Swift for a third round pick or this year or next. Pick 18, trade back again. Pick up another draft pick this year or next, then draft Smith. Then, wow, you got a whole little draft, but mine is going to recruit you. No, I'm just saying. But he said draft, trade back up another draft pick this year or next, then draft Smith, then draft a second round first pick, 48, take best guard or linebacker. Next pick, 55, draft Turner, cornerback Michigan, then trade Okudah, which that happened yesterday, for a third round pick. We got a fifth.
You weren't getting a third rounder for Okudah, man. I'm sorry to tell you.
Yeah. Trade Okudah for a third round pick this year or next. How does this sound for Lions draft? That's a lot to digest. What you just said, and we got a short, we got a short time. But yeah, man, I'm with Bijan Robinson, man, because I'm gonna tell you what, if I can get 4-5 years of prime Ezekiel Elliott out of Bijan Robinson, we're going to the goddamn Super Bowl. Next.
All right. Mark Holland, he says he will be in Detroit playing for the next 5 years. I believe he's talking about Jalen Carter. So if I'm wrong, Mark Holland, let me know. But I think it's who you're talking about. So, yeah.
Word. Friend of the show, Lyle Shaw, says we have a bunch of great players with the hand clap emoji. This Carter guy, personal problems, not sure about him. Do we want to take a chance on tipping the apple cart? I don't even know what that means. But if you want to take a chance on him, take a chance on him. I don't really care. It just better work out.
Yeah, man.
As the same with any of these guys, too. I don't want to just say that about him.
Yeah, Shannon Sharp really sold me on not taking Carter, and I was all for Carter. I was on that bandwagon like, take him. But Shannon Sharp, because, he stick up for people. What he said on him and Skip, man, I was like, you know what? I don't think I want him. Tornado in Utah, what's up, man? He says, Carter can be guided to a better path. He's a big guy, but this off-field stuff needs to be toned down. DC can do it. Trust DC and BH, and that's Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes. Yeah, man, like I said, man, at 6,
you know what, though? At some point, I'm with you, LL. I mean, I'm just tired of talking about it. I'm tired of hearing about it. And it's not him bringing it up. People are putting this narrative out. They just keep putting it out there, keep putting it out there. And the young man, he's doing the community service. He's doing what he need to do, man. And it's just time to kind of let it go.
Yeah. I mean, the reason why it's so big is because he was possibly the number 1 pick of the draft.
Yeah, he probably would have been
because of his off the field activities. Some people got him going in some people got him going like in the teens, the 20s, maybe even falling out of the first round. So that's why the talk is just so much. But
it's
he's
gonna be a top 10 draft pick. I'm just gonna tell you right now.
Yeah, definitely.
He's gonna be a top 10.
Hopefully not.
I tell you what. And I know the pro ain't work out or whatnot. We're just talking about college here.
Mm-hmm.
Levi was a better prospect in my mind. Like, just as far as just watching him play, you see like a lot of the stuff that they say about Jalen Carter, you see from Levi. I just don't see it. I just don't. But he takes over games. He dominates. What game?
But hey, I feel you what you're saying, LL. I mean, hey, I'm picking up what you're putting down, brother. Hey, now it is. Now, thank you guys for commenting on the video, man. Hey, fantasy discussion topic for today. We got to go back and double back in that. Which of those linebackers would you draft? Got to do that for the comment cards. But fantasy discussion topic for today, because I want you to comment on the video so we can have more comment cards on the next on Monday's show. So, which of these linebackers, Jack Campbell, Trenton Simpson, or Drew Sanders, would you draft for the Detroit Lions? Now it's time for everyone else's favorite segment. It is time for dessert with your man Curt. Hey, have some coffee with your dessert, my man Grand 012. You can hit up Delightful Bites in the link in the description below. They sponsor this segment, Delightful Bites, custom cookies and desserts for any occasion. If you like how they look, you will love how they taste. Delightful Bites, get your cookie on. All right, real quick, this is some housekeeping. The Lions hire Mike Sundin as the new head athletic trainer. He's coming over from Denver. So look at it, guy has a master's degree in athletic training. So new guy to take over for the Lions. Hopefully we can keep our guys healthy. They got the sports science people over there. Hopefully we can get our guys to stay healthy, because that's always been an issue, at least for the last decade in Detroit. We know guys' health. So I hope we can get some guys to get in there and stay healthy. Hopefully Mike Sundin will definitely do that. All right, now it's time to take that quick walk on over to that wall of fame, baby. First up, we got my man Detroit Drew. Check him out over there. Everything King is in the building. George Eagle. We got Sage Roberts, Rich Beans in the building. Bob Korowski, Nomis J. We on Top Dope 100 and Doug Prince 72. And our silver members, we got my man Cap Ice Cold, John Martin, Henry Wallace, Kirkland Pratt, and Big Dale's in the building. For our gold members, man, y'all know what it is. It's Wednesday. It's gold members meeting day. You got Mr. Reliable Michael Huck. Turner Burley is in the building, man. Mr. Rough and Raw himself. North End Ken May. Stay safe on those roads out there, brother. We got Michael Lewis, Lionel of Deuce Bagia, the Jazzy one, Paul Giroux, Tornado, who was blown in from Utah, and the Doctor, Dr. Detroit. He is always in. To become a member of the Wall of Fame, click that join now button in the description. All right, now it's time for final thoughts for today's show, man. LL, what you got, my man?
Happy Wednesday is supposed to crack 80 today in this area. So light your grills, let your windows down. Ladies, put on your nice clothes. I ain't going to say if it's sundresses or nice pants, whatever it is, just enjoy your day.
Yeah, man, it was 78 over here yesterday, man. And we don't never get that around here. I just want to say, man, just be thankful, be grateful. The Lord is working, whether you want to admit it or not. He doing his part. He doing his just due, even for people who don't deserve it sometimes. He do it just kind of peel off a little bit and open your eyes, man. So just be thankful, man. And, and just have a blessed Wednesday, man, and just always keep God in your heart, whether you praise God, Allah, Buddha, they the same person. So, you know what I'm saying? Prayers up.
All right.
Now you got to add preacher to the list, Curt.
All right. Yeah. Sometimes you got to do it.
Deacon board.
Shout out to my Uncle Brian, man. He's in the hospital right now. So, my Uncle Brian Callahan, man, prayers up, man. Hope we, get you home, man. Get you healed up, get you back home. But, again, April's Autism Awareness Month, man. Gotta rock. I'm rocking them all month, man. For my son, Curtis III, man, and just for all those affected by autism, man. And, you getting more and more individuals that's been diagnosed with that. Those numbers are getting, less and less. So, you get 1 in 5, that kids that they're on the spectrum. But make sure you be kind and be accepting of those who are different than you. It's hump day, baby. The grind is getting a little bit harder today, man. Make sure you tune in for the gold members, man. You hit that community tab if you want to join into that, man. Just up your doggone your Wall of Fame membership, man, and come on in and hang out with us on Wednesday afternoons, man. It's always great. 3 p.m. right here and to be on the Zoom meeting. Like I said, the link will be in the community tab. But for everyone else, man, enjoy your day. Be with your loved ones, man. And I know you have some of them dollar conies, man. So get the napkin, wipe them crumbs off your face, man. Finish your drink and get back to work, baby. And whatever you're doing in life, you got to boss up, ball out, and be the best version of you that you can be. For my fellas, LL and the Wolverine, Coach Mike Jones. This is Curt Steele, and we will holler at you real soon. We love you, Jim.